We're diving deep into the 1982 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a rare American treasure that's quietly turning average people into millionaires. Now I know what you're thinking. It's just a penny! But here's the thing. In 1982, something happened at the US Mint, something that created one of the most sought-after era coins in American history. This isn't just a story about metal, it's about opportunity, wealth, and knowing exactly what to look for when the world hands you change. And don't worry, this isn't one of those dry coin lectures. We're going to explore the mystery, the money, and the method to possibly change your financial life, all without showing our face. But first, when was the last time you checked your coin jar? Back in 1982, the US Mint transitioned from copper pennies to a cheaper zinc core with a thin copper plating. But during this shift, multiple variations were accidentally produced, 7 to be exact. Some had large dates, some small. Some were copper, others were zinc. But one variation, the 1982 no-mint mark penny struck on a copper planchet, should not exist. And that's where the $1,000,000 story begins. This specific coin lacks a mint mark, meaning it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. But here's the twist. The Philadelphia Mint wasn't supposed to strike copper pennies that year. Somehow, a few copper planchets slipped through, and the result? An incredibly rare and valuable coin that now commands over $1.1 million in private sales and elite auctions. Only a handful have been authenticated, and they've become the holy grail for collectors and savvy investors alike. Now you might be wondering, how do I know if I have the rare one? Here's the secret: weight. A copper 1982 penny weighs 3.11 grams, while the common zinc ones weigh 2.5 grams. All you need is a digital scale, maybe a loop, and a little patience. Imagine checking a jar full of pennies and finding your golden ticket. Would you even believe your luck? Oh, and just between us, someone once found one of these gems in a thrift store parking lot. True story. So if you've ever tossed coins aside thinking they're worthless, this is your cue to never ignore pocket change again. Here's where things get real. The value of the 1982 no-mint mark copper penny has exploded, and it's still climbing. With more investors flooding into the coin world and demand skyrocketing, even near-mint examples of this coin are being bid on fiercely. The hunger for rare coins is no longer just for old-school collectors. It's for anyone seeking generational wealth through hidden treasures. But wait, what if I told you there are still uncirculated ones out there? Stored away. Forgotten. Waiting to be discovered. You might think you missed the boat, but no, this is your moment. Coins like these don't just represent value, they represent legacy. They're financial time machines, capable of turning everyday Americans into millionaires, quietly, suddenly, and absolutely. Now imagine showing your grandkids the penny that changed your life. Imagine selling one coin and paying off your house. Or funding a dream retirement. That's not fiction, it's history, repeating itself. And your story could be next. Still with me? Good. Because next, we're revealing another Lincoln penny, even rarer than the 1982, valued at nearly double. But that's for the next video. So here's your move. Go check your stash. Grab a scale. Look for that no mint mark. And if you find it, hold tight, because the world of wealthy coin collectors is waiting to pay you handsomely. Before you go, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because we're just getting started uncovering America's most valuable hidden coins. This channel is your guide to wealth through history, one penny at a time. We're diving deep into the incredible story of the 1978 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, one of the most coveted and valuable coins among collectors in the United States. Before you skip to the next video, let me ask you this: have you checked your coin jar lately? Because if you haven't, you could be sitting on a gold mine and not even know it. Don't make the $1,000,000 mistake of ignoring your change. The 1978 Lincoln penny looks innocent enough, copper, classic, and ordinary at first glance. But the version without a mint mark is anything but ordinary. Struck in Philadelphia and missing its usual identifying letter, this coin has become one of the most talked about rarities in recent years. It's not just collectors hunting it down. Wealthy investors, auction houses, and estate dealers are lining up, cash in hand, hoping to find this elusive piece. Now, you might be wondering, what makes it so special? The answer lies in a rare blend of minting anomalies and near-perfect condition that turns a single penny into a millionaire maker. Some 1978 no-mint mark pennies have stunning doubling errors, off-center strikes, or were minted on planchets meant for other coins. These tiny imperfections, often invisible to the untrained eye, skyrocket the value for collectors. Imagine the excitement of pulling one of these out of a dusty box in the attic or a drawer that hasn't been opened in years. That thrill, that electric moment of discovery, is what drives coin hunters across America. But remember, only a small number of these coins exist in pristine, or error-filled condition, making them incredibly scarce. And in the world of collectibles, scarcity is the golden ticket. The market for rare coins is heating up like never before. With inflation, uncertain markets, and a massive surge in alternative assets, collectors are putting big money into tangible pieces of history. The 1978 no-mint mark penny has soared in value because of this trend. At elite coin shows and private auctions, these coins are sparking bidding wars, with the highest graded specimens reaching an eye-watering $1.20 million. Let that sink in. $1.2 million for a penny that could have once bought a stick of gum. That's not just a lucky break. That's generational wealth disguised as pocket change. There's a reason millionaires and everyday folks alike are flocking to coin collecting. It's not just nostalgia, it's strategy. The value of rare coins has outpaced the stock market in recent years, and as more collectors realize the upside potential, the demand continues to skyrocket. And yes, people just like you, people with old coin jars or inherited collections, are cashing in. Big.so. Have you looked closely at your 1978 pennies lately? You might be one magnifying glass away from changing your life forever. If you found a $1.2 million penny, would you tell your friends or just pretend you're suddenly into minimalist living, with a Lamborghini parked outside your tiny house? So how do you know if you have the jackpot penny? Start by looking for a 1978 Lincoln penny without a mint mark. Flip it under a good light. Is it in near-mint condition? Are there visible errors like doubling on the date or lettering, or a slightly off-center strike? If you're not sure, don't panic. This is where the fun begins. Contact a professional coin grading service or visit a local coin shop with a good reputation. Having your coin evaluated professionally can unlock its true potential, and possibly reveal a 6- or 7-figure payday. And here's the urgency. With more people discovering the hidden value in their coins, and dealers actively buying, the market is becoming more competitive. Time matters. Prices are rising. Every day you wait, someone else is cashing in. This isn't just about selling a coin, it's about reclaiming value from something forgotten and turning it into opportunity. Whether you want to pay off your mortgage, travel the world, or finally start that dream business, a rare penny could be your first step. Now here's where it gets even more exciting. There are reports of other 1970s pennies with errors being worth just as much, if not more. What if you've got more than one treasure sitting in plain sight? In our next video, we'll uncover another penny from the 70s that recently shocked the numismatic world. But don't wait. Go check your coin stash today. You might already be richer than you think. If this video opened your eyes to what's possible, make sure you hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and join a growing community of everyday Americans turning sense into serious wealth. Because in this world, it's not just about collecting coins, it's about collecting possibilities. What if I told you that this could be sitting in your home right now? That loose change in your kitchen drawer, that dusty coin album in the attic, might just be holding the key to financial freedom. You don't want to miss a single second of this video because we're diving into the unbelievable value, rare error, and massive demand behind the 1971 no-mint mark Lincoln penny that collectors are fighting tooth and nail to get their hands on. To understand the true value of the 1971 no-mint mark penny, we have to rewind to an era when coins weren't just currency. They were historical fingerprints. In 1971, the U.S. Mint produced hundreds of millions of pennies. But here's the twist: most were struck in Philadelphia, which at the time didn't use a mint mark on its coins. While that seems ordinary, this particular year was anything but. That's where the legend begins. Some of these coins came off the press with critical minting errors, from doubled dies to off-center strikes, and in rare cases, an ultra-clean die strike that resulted in a sharp, flawless finish. Those error variations, combined with the absence of a mint mark, created a rarity so magnetic that collectors are paying top dollar just to add it to their vaults. Think about that for a second. A coin that cost 1 cent to make is now changing lives because of one mistake. It's like the mint accidentally printed a winning lottery ticket and never told anyone. Now here's the pattern interrupt you didn't expect. Ever ask yourself why we keep throwing pennies in fountains, hoping for luck, when the real luck is actually inside the penny itself? Next time, keep the coin and make your wish come true on eBay. But what makes the 1971 no mint mark penny this valuable? It's the error scarcity, the unique, almost ghost-like defects that slipped past the mint's eagle-eyed inspectors. Some show doubling in Lincoln's profile. Others have misaligned dies that created eye-popping off-center designs. These flaws? They're gold to collectors, because they mean the coin is 1 in a million, sometimes quite literally. Now let's talk numbers. In top-tier condition, with error characteristics authenticated by grading services like PCGS or NGC, the 1971 no mint mark penny has fetched staggering figures, $1.3 million in private collector circles. And here's where the urgency kicks in. As more of these are discovered and bought up by elite investors, hedge fund coin hunters, and millionaire collectors, the supply is drying up. That means the value? It's only going up. You're not just holding a coin. You're holding a story. A slice of American history. A secret asset. And if you've got one of these pennies in your possession, especially with any visible error or pristine condition, you're not far off from entering a new tax bracket. But here's the kicker. How would you even know? Most people toss them aside. You might have walked past a $1 million penny at a yard sale last weekend or unknowingly handed one to a cashier at the gas station. Think about that. That's the fear that sparks action. And the excitement? It comes when you finally flip over that old penny and see the 1971 date with no mint mark, and your pulse starts racing. Stay tuned because in the next episode, we'll reveal the exact features you should look for, where to sell, how to verify, and how one man turned his junk drawer find into a beachfront retirement. Spoiler alert, it wasn't luck. It was knowledge. Now, if you've made it this far, you're already ahead of the crowd. But don't stop here. Click subscribe and join the community of everyday Americans turning forgotten coins into generational wealth. Because this isn't just about pennies, this is about power, potential, and profit. We're diving into the hidden world of one of the most shocking U.S. coin treasures, the 1989 no mint mark Lincoln penny. And trust me, once you know the secret behind this humble little coin, you might be tearing your house apart to find one. But before you go flipping over couch cushions or calling grandma to raid her old coin jar, let's get into the real story. Because this isn't just about the money. It's about recognizing opportunities hiding in plain sight, and how a simple penny could change your life. Ready? Let's begin. The year was 1989. George H. W. Bush had just become president, the Berlin Wall was starting to crumble, and somewhere in the bustling coin presses of the U.S. Mint, something incredibly rare happened, an error. A small batch of Lincoln pennies rolled off the production line without any mint mark at all. These weren't just any pennies. These were anomalies. Mysteries hiding in the most common places. This wasn't supposed to happen. By 1989, the U.S. Mint had refined their production process. These coins were designed to carry identifiers, those little mint marks like D for Denver or S for San Francisco. So when a penny appears without any mark? That's not just an oversight. That's an accident of history, and it makes collectors lose their minds. Let's pause for a second. You may be asking, why would a tiny missing mint mark make a coin worth more than a luxury car? Great question. The answer lies in supply and demand. Fewer of these mint-era coins exist, and collectors crave rarity. It's like finding a misprinted $100 bill, except in this case, The misprint makes it worth 14,000 times more than its face value. And a little haunting about how many of these pennies slipped into circulation, unnoticed, hidden in lunch money, vending machines, and grocery store change. Most were spent, lost, or tossed away. But a few, just a few, were found, carefully examined, and certified by grading experts. And those, my friends, are now worth up to $1.4 million in today's high-demand market. Think of it like winning a tiny lottery, but one you can control. Imagine walking into a pawn shop or auction house with a coin that looks utterly ordinary, and walking out with enough money to buy a house in cash, travel the world, or build the life you've always dreamed of. That's the kind of life-altering power a rare coin like the 1989 no-mint mark penny can hold. By the way, quick question: when was the last time you looked at a penny and actually read it? Be honest. Most of us don't even want to pick them up off the ground anymore. But the joke's on us, because sometimes the smallest things carry the biggest value. Kind of like finding a Picasso in a garage sale bin labeled junk. So, what exactly should you look for? Simple. You're searching for a 1989 Lincoln penny with no mint mark just beneath the date. It should still show signs of wear, because many of them entered regular circulation. But the real prize lies in authentication. If you think you've found one, don't wait. Get it graded by a reputable service like PCGS or NGC. Because until it's authenticated, it's just a guess. Once it's certified, though, the bidding wars can begin. Some of these coins have fetched more than 6 figures at private auctions, and one, in pristine condition, is valued at $1.4 million today. And interest in these coins is only growing. This isn't just a collector's trend, it's a financial awakening. People across the US are digging through drawers, boxes, and jars, uncovering coins that were once forgotten and now worth fortunes. If you're someone with old coins lying around, or a dream of cashing in on hidden treasures, this is your moment. The demand is high. The market is hungry. And every day you wait, someone else might beat you to the jackpot. Here's the wild part. Experts believe that dozens, if not hundreds, of these 1989 no-mint mark pennies may still be out there, just waiting to be discovered. Could one of them be in your house? In your childhood piggy bank? In that old dusty coffee can on the top shelf of your garage? The only way to know is to look. So, what are you going to do? Will you be the one who walks past $1 million penny without noticing it? Or will you be the one who finally cashes in on a piece of American history? If you're ready to join thousands of others who are rediscovering the hidden wealth in everyday coins, hit that subscribe button now. Turn on notifications so you never miss a tip that could change your life. This is more than a hobby. It's a movement, and your $1 million penny might be closer than you think. We're diving deep into the world of rare coin treasures, specifically the 2021 D-Mint Mark Lincoln penny with an era so rare, collectors are offering up to $1.5 million for it. This isn't a fantasy. This is a fact that's shaking up the numismatic world. If you're someone who's been hanging on to old change or casually tossing coins into a jar, you might just be sitting on a fortune. And by the end of this video, you'll not only know why this coin is so valuable, but you'll also understand how to spot it, how to sell it, and how to finally unlock that wealthy lifestyle you've always dreamed of. That's way too recent to be worth anything. And that, my friend, is exactly why this story is so incredible. This isn't about old, dusty coins from the 1800s. This is a modern mystery with a 6-figure payout that's unfolding right now. So grab your coffee, check your pocket change, and lean in, because we're about to uncover how an ordinary-looking penny became one of the most sought-after modern coins in the market. Let's rewind to the year 2021. The U.S. Mint in Denver was running full steam to meet post-pandemic coin demand. Amid the high production, a batch of pennies slipped through with a dramatic and rare error, anomalies in the strike that caused doubling on Lincoln's face, ghostly shadows near the date, and even off-center impressions. What makes this particular D-Mint mark coin exceptional isn't just the error, but the fact that it occurred in such a recent year. The coin world was stunned, Imagine the shock of a casual collector when they found one in their spare change and sold it for over $1 million at a private auction. Suddenly, everyone from antique shop owners to retirees and young hobbyists started hunting for the elusive 2021 D-era penny. Some called it a fluke, others called it destiny. We call it opportunity. And it's one that still exists, but not for long. Demand for this era coin has skyrocketed. In private collectors' circles and online bidding wars, it has become the Rolex of modern pennies. Its estimated current value is hovering around $1.5 million, and that figure keeps climbing as more people catch wind of its rarity. If you've ever dreamed of making life-changing money without stocks, real estate, or hustle culture pressure, this penny could be your golden goose. Well, Copper Goose, technically. Here's a question to reset your focus. Have you ever looked at a penny and thought, could this be the one? Go ahead, check that coin jar on your dresser after this video. You might just be holding your retirement fund in your palm. Now that you know the story behind the 2021 D-Mint Mark penny, it's time to take action. This isn't just a feel-good tale, it's a wake-up call. Wealth is not always hidden in stocks or business ventures. Sometimes, it's disguised as pocket change. And unlike other collectibles, coins like this one are increasing in value fast because they are rare, traceable, and in high demand from global buyers. Collectors are actively searching for these coins, and if you happen to find one, there are reputable numismatic channels, online marketplaces, and exclusive auctions that will help you secure a life-changing payout. Just imagine walking into a coin appraisal session with a smile, and walking out with a check that erases your mortgage, funds your dream vacation, or gives you the freedom to retire early. But don't wait too long. Every day, more people are becoming aware of this error. With every viral video, with every auction headline, the chances of finding one in the wild get slimmer. Timing is everything, and right now, the window is still wide open. So don't waste another second. Before we wrap up, here's a little cliffhanger for you. There's another coin from 2021 that's also catching fire among collectors, and its value is climbing even faster than this one. Want to know what it is? Then make sure you hit that subscribe button because we're dropping that video next. Your journey to a wealthier life might just start with the smallest coin in your pocket. But with the right knowledge, it could lead to the biggest reward of your life. Yes, you heard that right. A 1993 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny that's not only rare, it's in insanely high demand and collectors are scrambling to find it. Now here's the real kicker. Thousands of these coins are still hiding in plain sight across America. One might even be sitting quietly in your very own pocket change, silently holding the key to financial freedom. If you think this sounds too good to be true, think again. Because today, we're diving deep into a penny that's making millionaires and catching the attention of serious collectors, investors, and everyday people who simply decided to take a second look at what they already had. But wait, don't go empty your coin jar just yet. There's more to this story than meets the eye. The 1993 no-mint Mark penny might look like any other Lincoln cent at first glance. But what makes this coin a national treasure is the incredible era that slipped past the U.S. Mint's watchful eye. Typically, pennies minted in Philadelphia bear no mint mark, but what makes this 1993 edition so powerful is the rare die alignment error and a subtle doubling on Lincoln's profile that only a trained eye or lucky guess might notice. And that's where the magic lies. The kind of magic that turns an ordinary cent into a seven-figure masterpiece. One that's been auctioned privately for over $1.6 million to high-end collectors who know its value isn't just in metal, it's in rarity, provenance, and the sheer thrill of owning a piece of American history. Now you may be thinking, come on, how can such a small error be worth so much? Let me ask you this. How often do people overlook small opportunities, only to later find out those were the moments that could have changed everything? This coin is a perfect metaphor for life. The smallest details often hold the biggest value. Let's pause for a moment. When was the last time you actually looked at your spare change? Not just glanced, but really looked? Odds are, you've handled one of these coins and never knew it. And that's the kind of thought that keeps collectors up at night. Here's a humorous twist to lighten it up. Someone once said, "My penny collection is like my dating life, full of errors, but one rare gem makes it all worth it." In the world of coins, that rare gem could be the 1993 no-mint mark penny, and yes, it's worth more than most luxury cars. As interest in coin collecting soars, especially among Americans aged 30 to 65 who are tapping into this booming market. The 1993 penny has become a trophy piece. Not only does it command huge auction prices, but it's also respected for its historical uniqueness and sudden wealth potential. It's not just a coin, it's a story, a lifestyle, and for many, a second chance. Here's where the story gets intense. There are confirmed reports of individuals cashing in these pennies, coins they found during simple cleaning, moving house, or helping a grandparent sort their old jars. One retired veteran discovered his life-changing penny in a Ziploc bag of change he'd stored for years. He walked into a small-town coin shop and walked out with a $1.2 million offer, which eventually soared past $1.6 million at a private auction. Let me ask you, what would you do with $1.6 million? Pay off every debt? Travel the world? Invest in your family's future? That kind of money isn't fantasy anymore. It's already happened, and it's still happening. And the only thing standing between you and that kind of windfall is your willingness to look. Now here's the cliffhanger. What other pennies from the 90s are hiding errors worth even more than this one? We'll dive into that in an upcoming video. But for now, the real question is, do you have the 1993 no-mint mark penny that collectors are fighting over? Don't wait. That coin you toss into a tip jar tomorrow might be the very same one that could have bought your dream home today. Open that drawer, check those piggy banks, sort through your change. The treasure hunt starts at home. If you found this video insightful, subscribe now and join a growing community of coin lovers, treasure hunters, and wealth builders. We're unlocking secrets, sharing strategies, and helping everyday Americans discover the hidden millions in their pockets. Comment below if you've ever come across an unusual penny, or if you're inspired to check your collection tonight. Because the journey to your $1,000,000 coin might just begin right now. Turn that pocket change into powerful change. Stay curious. Stay wealthy. And remember, one penny can change your life. We're uncovering the staggering truth behind one of America's most mysterious and valuable coins, the 1994 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin currently valued at a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right. $1.7 million. Imagine casually finding it while rolling pennies for gas money, only to discover you've been sitting on a life-changing fortune all along. This isn't a fantasy. It's reality for a few lucky collectors who understood what others overlooked. But here's the twist. Most people throw these away, unaware of the silent fortunes slipping through their fingers. So don't blink. This story isn't just about a coin. It's about opportunity, timing, and unlocking the kind of financial freedom most only dream about. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what makes this coin so valuable, and how you could be the next millionaire success story. A year of transition, just before the digital age would explode, and yet, tucked inside that time was a rare minting event so powerful that it made headlines among numismatists. The Philadelphia Mint, known for striking coins without a mint mark, accidentally produced a series of 1994 pennies with microscopic die errors and doubled features, imperfections that would later drive collectors wild. These errors aren't obvious to the untrained eye. Some of them include subtle doubling on Lincoln's bust, a shifted Liberty, or an almost ghosted date. And while most pennies cost, well, a penny, these specific error coins, especially in mint condition, are now commanding offers up to $1.7 million in private auctions and elite collectors' circles. Let's pause and reset for a second, because you might be thinking, okay, but what are the odds I have one? Well, let me ask you this. Have you ever checked that jar of coins in your attic, or that drawer full of loose change in your home office? The truth is, many of these $1,000,000 finds happen by complete accident, by regular people, just like you. One man in Ohio discovered his fortune while cleaning out his late father's safe. Another retired woman in Florida found her winning coin after cashing in her grandkid's piggy bank. And they're not rare because they never existed. They're rare because no one's been looking for them. So, what makes these coins so desirable in today's collector market? It's not just the rarity, it's the perfect storm of condition, historical anomaly, and modern demand. As more collectors flood the market chasing investment grade coins, the prices for top tier examples like the 1994 no mint mark penny are skyrocketing. This is your window, the golden moment before the market caps out or private collectors hoard these treasures forever. You don't need to be a coin expert. You just need awareness, motivation, and maybe a magnifying glass. If you've got a 1994 penny, now's the time to check it. Look for no mint mark, near perfect condition, and possible doubling, especially around Lincoln's eye, the word trust, and the date. If it looks different, don't dismiss it. Get it graded by a professional. Because one expert appraisal could turn your casual coin into a verified millionaire asset. As more of these coins get discovered and sold, the fewer high-value ones remain in circulation. It's like real estate. Once the prime lots are gone, they're gone. You don't want to be the person who finds out too late, or worse, gave it away unknowingly. Now, before we wrap up, here's the cliffhanger you didn't see coming. There's strong evidence suggesting that another small batch of even rarer 1994 no mint mark pennies exists, with an undocumented strike-through error that could push the value even higher than $1.7 million. And guess what? They haven't been located yet. If you've ever dreamed of living a wealthier, freer, and more fulfilling life, this coin could be the beginning. Go check your coins. Get them appraised. Stay curious. And when you find that hidden gem, don't forget who pointed you in the right direction. Have you ever held a penny in your hand and thought, it's just 1 cent? What if I told you that a 1996 mint mark Lincoln penny, yes, just 1 cent in your pocket, could actually be worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million? Sounds like a wild fantasy, right? But here's the thing, it's absolutely real. In fact, collectors are desperately searching for this very coin. Right now, in quiet corners of America, folks just like you are sitting on hidden fortunes tucked away in dusty drawers and forgotten piggy banks. This is not just about a coin, it's about unlocking the kind of wealth that can change your life forever. Let's take a journey into the story of the 1996 penny. Minted in Denver, this ordinary-looking coin has become the center of intense bidding wars and collector frenzy. But what makes it so special? It's all in the details, the minting error. Some versions of this coin were struck with a rare double die or off-center design, making them exceptionally valuable. These aren't just rare, they're nearly impossible to find in perfect condition, and that rarity drives demand through the roof. Now imagine, while most people are dropping these coins into vending machines, savvy collectors are cashing in, big time. One confirmed error coin in mint state condition recently sold for a staggering $1.8 million, setting records and sparking a wildfire of interest across the coin collecting world. Now here's a moment of truth. How many 1996 pennies have passed through your hands in the last few decades? 10? 50? 100? What if one of them was the one? That exact error coin, tucked away in your old coin jar or hidden in a childhood collection you haven't looked at in years. The fear of missing out is real, and the time to act is now. Because as collectors and dealers scramble to get their hands on these rare gems, prices are only going in one direction, up. And fast. Why haven't I heard more about this? Well, here's the cliffhanger. The secret is in the silence. Only a handful of these error coins have been authenticated. They're so rare, most casual coin collectors overlook them entirely. It's like a treasure map with invisible ink, you have to know what to look for. And that's exactly what we'll uncover in the next segment. But first, ask yourself this: are you going to let $1 million opportunity slip through your fingers? Or are you going to be the person who finally cashes in? Here's where things get even more exciting. The coin world isn't what it used to be, it's hotter than ever. With social media spotlighting rare finds and auctions drawing international attention, these coins are no longer quiet collectibles. They are cultural status symbols. And the 1996 era penny? It's the crown jewel. Coin shows, private dealers, and online markets are buzzing with buyers ready to shell out life-changing money for this tiny copper treasure. Wealth, status, and legacy, it's all wrapped into a penny that could make you the next big name in rare coin finds. You might be thinking, sure, but how do I even begin? And that's the power of knowledge. It's not about luck, it's about awareness. Once you know what to look for, die breaks, off-center strikes, and those subtle yet valuable minting imperfections, you're armed with the tools to uncover real treasure. And every day that goes by is another mischance. Remember, the market is alive right now, with buyers offering premium prices to secure these elusive coins. The urgency is real, and the time is short. Don't blink. Because just when you think you've seen it all, there's more. There are rumors among expert collectors that a never-before-seen variation of the 1960 penny might exist, one even more valuable than the $1.8 million specimen. What if you found that version? What would that mean for your family, your future, your freedom? Imagine paying off your mortgage, retiring early, or finally taking that dream vacation, funded by a coin you already own. Simple. Dig into your collection. Check every penny, especially the ones marked with a small d beneath the year 1996. Examine them under a magnifying glass, or better yet, take them to a certified coin appraiser. Your future might be hiding in plain sight, and it's time to bring it into the light. Before you go, here's a little humor to keep things light, because hey, we're talking about million-dollar pennies, not ancient scrolls. You don't need to be Indiana Jones, just someone smart enough to check their coin jar. And if that jar's looking dusty, it might just be full of gold, or at least $1.8 million copper. This is your moment. Take action, claim your opportunity, and be the story others only dream about. And if you found this video helpful, or even just entertaining, smash that like button, subscribe for more insider coin secrets, and share this with someone who might be unknowingly sitting on a treasure chest. Don't wait until someone else finds their fortune. Now hold on, don't rush to the kitchen drawer just yet. First, let me show you why this specific coin is making headlines, breaking auction records, and turning average Americans into overnight millionaires. And if you're still doubting whether your loose change could contain a gold mine, stay with me. Because what you learned today might just be the start of your millionaire coin journey. Back in 1987, the United States Mint was producing billions of Lincoln pennies. Most of them, like the ones from Denver and Philadelphia, rolled off the presses without much attention. But in the shadows of this mass production, something unusual happened. A small number of 1987 pennies were struck without the usual mint mark. Now you might be thinking, no mint mark? Isn't that normal for some coins? Yes, but not with the details that surround this particular coin. The 1987 no mint mark penny isn't just rare, it's an error coin, and it carries a fascinating mystery. These errors slip through strict minting protocols, making them not just collectible, but legendary. With flawless copper luster and specific die anomalies, these coins show signs of doubling, off-centering, or striking misalignments that experts go wild over. One verified piece recently sold for a jaw-dropping $1.1 million at a private collector auction. Yes, one single penny. What makes it that valuable? It's all about scarcity, condition, and the story behind it. Error coins that survived in mint state condition, without scratches, dings, or discoloration, are nearly mythical. Think of them like the rare diamonds of the coin world. And in a market where wealthy collectors are constantly hunting for their next showpiece, demand drives the price up like a rocket. Has anyone else felt that urge to launch themselves to their coin jar yet? No shame, you're not alone. But before you do that, let's explore why this moment in history is your opportunity. If you're someone who once glued a penny to the floor just to prank your friends, you might want to double-check that it wasn't a 1987 no mint mark penny. That's one prank you'd be kicking yourself over for the rest of your life. Here's the exciting part. Right now, as we speak, the coin collecting community is in a frenzy. More people than ever before are digging through old boxes, estate sales, coin albums, and yes, those childhood piggy banks, hoping to strike gold. Why? Because with the rising popularity of numismatics and digital marketplaces, rare coins are selling faster and higher than ever. And once a coin like this hits a high-profile auction, its value tends to climb even higher. There's a sense of urgency here. Every day that passes is a day someone else might find your $1,000,000 penny. The question is, will that person be you? Or will you let it slip through your fingers like so many others have? This isn't just about coins. It's about the legacy you leave, the stories you tell, and the smart decisions you make today to build a life of abundance and freedom. Maybe you've dreamed of retiring early, traveling the world, paying off debts, or gifting your grandchildren a better future. Well, sometimes that journey doesn't begin with a lottery ticket or Wall Street gamble. Sometimes it begins with a coin you've already owned for decades. You might already have this penny and not even know it. Somewhere, tucked in an old wallet, a family heirloom, or a forgotten stash, a 1987 no-mint mark penny might be quietly waiting for you to discover it. Will you be the next $1,000,000 coin owner? Or will someone else beat you to it? Before you dash off to start your treasure hunt, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Because coming up next, we're revealing a list of the top 5 Lincoln pennies currently valued at over $2 million each, and how to identify them before anyone else does. We're about to unlock the incredible true story of the 1989 no-mint mark penny, a rare era coin that has stunned collectors, auctioneers, and millionaires alike. Stay with me, because by the time we reach the end, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to check if you have this extraordinary penny in your possession, and why the demand for this coin is exploding in today's market. You're about to enter a world where a penny is no longer just 1 cent, it's your possible pathway to a legacy. But hey, before you go flipping every couch cushion, did you ever think the smallest coin in your pocket could become your biggest financial miracle? The year was 1989. George H.W. Bush had just taken office, and America was on the cusp of massive economic shifts. Amidst all this change, something unexpected slipped through the U.S. Mint, something the public wasn't supposed to notice. A subtle error, hidden in plain sight, a 1989 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. But not just that, this particular penny had a striking flaw that would make it a collector's dream. You see, the majority of 1989 pennies were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. But the Philadelphia Mint, known for producing coins without a mint mark, accidentally released a limited batch of pennies with misaligned dies, doubling on Lincoln's profile, or missing critical design details altogether. These weren't just minor smudges. They were monumental errors that turned an ordinary coin into a $1,000,000 marvel. Now you might be wondering, why would anyone pay over $1,000,000 for a penny? Great question. Let's reset your brain for a second. Have you ever paid $5 for a cup of coffee that took 5 minutes to brew? That's because people pay for value, rarity, and story. And in the coin world, a flawless error is a jackpot. Especially when it's as rare as the 1989 no-mint mark penny with such exceptional features. One such coin recently sold for $1.2 million at a private collector's auction. Experts predict its value could continue climbing, especially with more collectors flooding into the market, desperate to get their hands on one before prices skyrocket even further. So now you're probably feeling that itch. Could I have one? Could I actually own a $1,000,000 penny and not even know it? That's the excitement. That's the urgency. Because these coins are out there. They're sitting in forgotten jars, folded in sock drawers, buried in estate sales. And the only thing standing between you and that $1.2 million payout is knowledge and action. Imagine walking into a coin shop with what you thought was pocket change and walking out with an early retirement. Imagine your child's college paid for, your debts cleared, or that dream home finally within reach. All because you looked at a coin a little differently. These era pennies are being hunted like treasure. Demand is rising. High-profile collectors are watching every auction like hawks. And once these few coins are absorbed into private collections, they'll vanish from public hands, possibly for generations. Don't wait. Start checking your coins today. Flip through your piggy banks, your car consoles, that box in the attic. And if you're unsure, get it appraised. Because the opportunity to change your life might be hiding under your nose. Before we wrap this up, ask yourself, what would you do with $1.2 million? Pause and really think. That answer might be all the motivation you need. 1989 isn't the only year holding million-dollar secrets. In fact, there are several Lincoln pennies, from the 60s through the 90s, that are causing bidding wars across the country right now. And in our next video, we're going to reveal a 1993 penny that stunned the coin world, and it's currently valued even higher than this one. So if you're serious about building wealth, discovering treasure, or just finally making use of that dusty coin collection, you need to stay locked in. Hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join thousands of Americans just like you who are turning pocket change into powerful change. This is your time. Don't miss it. What if I told you that a simple 1-cent coin hiding in your junk drawer could be your ticket to a $1.3 million fortune? Sounds impossible, right? But it's real, and it's happening. Imagine finding a 1995 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin so rare and valuable that collectors are offering eye-watering sums just to get their hands on one. If you've ever thought about the treasures buried in your old change jar, this is the video that could change your life. Stay with me, because this is more than just a coin story, it's a roadmap to unexpected wealth. Now, let's set the stage. You're living your regular life, trying to keep up with bills, saving for retirement, maybe dreaming of that beach house or luxury car. And then, boom! You stumble upon a copper-colored coin from 1995, and it turns out to be a jackpot in disguise. This isn't fantasy. It's a financial reality for the few who know what to look for, and today, you're about to become one of them. But first, let's address the elephant in the room. What makes this coin so insanely valuable? The 1995 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny might seem ordinary at first glance. It doesn't scream luxury, and it doesn't glitter with gold. But it's exactly that illusion of normalcy that makes this coin so elusive, so powerful. It was minted during a transitional period in U.S. coin production, and among millions of regular pennies, a microscopic handful were struck with a rare error, a misalignment so subtle that it takes a trained eye to catch. But collectors? Oh, they're on the hunt. They know these pennies are like the holy grail of modern coinage. Now, here's where things get exciting. Some of these 1995 pennies feature a dramatic doubling effect on the word liberty, and even the date itself, a doubling so distinct it practically shouts, "I'm worth a fortune!" These double die errors are like winning lottery numbers printed right onto the metal. The catch? Only a few exist in pristine condition, and when one surfaces, it creates a frenzy in the collector world. A bidding war erupting at a numismatic auction, heated voices pushing the price higher and higher, $100,000, $500, 000, until finally, the hammer slams down at a stunning $1.3 million. And all that money, all that excitement, for a penny someone probably got in change at a gas station in the 90s. That's the magic and madness of rare coins. Think again. Let's pause here for a second. When was the last time you actually looked at your coins? Go ahead, check your pockets. I'll wait. Who knows, maybe you're holding history. Because these coins are vanishing into private collections faster than you can say. Millionaire. Once they're gone for good. And with prices climbing every year, even average condition pieces are seeing offers beyond belief. We're talking about a market on fire, fueled by desire, scarcity, and a growing number of savvy collectors who understand just how rare these era coins really are. It's about freedom. Financial freedom. Imagine paying off your mortgage, retiring early, helping your kids through college, or traveling the world, because of a penny. It sounds surreal, but it's happening. And if you want to be part of that story, you have to act. You have to search. You have to know what to look for and take it seriously. Now, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a cliffhanger, because the 1995 no-mint Mark penny isn't the only coin out there making millionaires. There are more. Much more. And in our next video, we're diving into another penny that's exploding in value, one that might be hiding in plain sight. So if you're serious about unlocking the hidden wealth in your home, you can't afford to miss what's coming next. Hit that subscribe button, tap the bell so you don't miss a single revelation, and share this with someone who might be sitting on $1 million without even knowing it. The time to act is now, because the clock is ticking and the opportunity is real. Yes, you heard that right. A simple penny, struck over half a century ago, now turning ordinary people into millionaires overnight. Sounds unbelievable? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this particular coin is rewriting the rules of wealth for everyday Americans just like you. Back in 1970, no one could have guessed that a routine batch of Denver minted Lincoln cents would eventually gain the status of legends. These coins were meant to be common currency, nothing flashy, just copper discs to buy candy or pay the meter. But fate had other plans. Somewhere along the production line, a misalignment in the die and a dramatic double die error occurred, resulting in a handful of pennies that carried a ghostly doubling on the date, the word Liberty, and even President Lincoln's profile. This wasn't just a flaw, it was a masterpiece of minting chaos. What started as a minor hiccup became a major jackpot for those who paid attention. How many times have you tossed a penny aside, thinking it was worthless? What if that very coin held a future your bank account could only dream of? Fast forward to today and the story has only gotten richer. With collectors now fiercely chasing this elusive 1970 era penny, its value has skyrocketed in auctions and private sales alike. Just last year, a well-preserved specimen sold for over $1.4 million, sparking waves of excitement across the numismatic community. And let's be clear, this isn't a fluke. This penny isn't just rare, it's in demand. Coin experts, high-end collectors, even legacy investors are scrambling to get their hands on this copper gold mine. Here's a little humorous break. Imagine walking into a gas station, handing over a coin worth more than the entire convenience store just for a soda. It's absurd. It's thrilling. And it's very, very real. Collectors know that coins like this don't just represent currency, they represent history, mystery, and wealth. They're keys to a lifestyle most people only dream of. And here's the kicker, there could still be more out there. In old jars. In forgotten drawers. In your childhood piggy bank. The next one could be sitting in your home right now. Here's the part where it gets serious. With the spotlight now on vintage-era pennies and the rare coin market heating up, every day that passes could mean missing out on a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The window to find, appraise, and sell a 1970 era penny for top dollar is narrowing as collectors compete and market values surge. So what should you do? Start searching. Now. Don't just glance at your pennies, study them. Look for that subtle doubling in the year 1970, especially near the D mint mark. Check under good lighting, and if anything looks unusual, don't hesitate. Contact a coin expert. Get a professional appraisal. This could be the moment that shifts your entire financial future, and if you're thinking this is just a collector's game, think again. Everyday folks, retirees, single moms, small-town workers, have stumbled upon these treasures and walked away with 6- and 7-figure paydays. It's not a myth. It's a millionaire's secret that's finally going public. Before we end, here's a twist. Did you know there's another Lincoln penny that's even rarer than the 1970 and it's been hiding in plain sight for decades? We'll dive into that in our next video, so be sure to hit subscribe and turn on notifications. You won't want to miss it. This is your moment. A simple penny. A sharp eye. And the possibility of life-changing wealth. Don't wait for luck, go find it. Because the next millionaire? It could be you. This is the true story of the 2015 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, an ordinary-looking coin with an extraordinary secret. If you're someone who's been holding on to old change, digging through drawers, or helping grandparents clean out their attic, stop what you're doing. Because this 1-cent coin could be your one-way ticket to a luxurious lifestyle. And trust me, these coins aren't just metal, they're golden opportunities hiding in plain sight. Now here's the kicker. Most people walk past this penny every single day. They spend it without a second thought. But today, we're going to uncover how this seemingly worthless coin has captured the attention of elite collectors and top auction houses, and how you might be holding one in your pocket right now. Stay with me, because what you're about to hear could transform your financial future. The 2015 no-mint mark penny was minted in Philadelphia, where coins typically don't carry a mint mark. But what makes this particular penny extraordinary is the ultra-rare minting error it carries. Now, before you yawn and say, "Oh great, another coin nerd talking about details I can't see," let me ask you this. Would you ignore a lottery ticket just because it looked like junk mail? Exactly. Point one of the known 2015 no-mint mark pennies was discovered with a double die error, where the image on the coin is struck twice, creating a ghost-like illusion. That specific coin sold for an eye-watering $1.5 million in a private auction. Imagine being the person who found that. They didn't win a game show. They didn't inherit millions. They simply paid attention. Now, if you're asking, what makes this error so valuable? Here's the emotional trigger. It's scarcity. Only a few of these coins are known to exist, and even fewer are in mint or near mint condition. Combine that with the modern mystery of a recent coin carrying this kind of flaw, and you've got every collector's heart racing. This isn't just about history, it's about now. The urgency is real, because collectors are on the hunt, and once these pennies land in collections, they rarely come out again. Here's where it gets even more exciting. This isn't some ancient relic you need to travel across continents to find. It could be sitting in your coin jar right now, camouflaged as spare change. The difference between tossing it and trading it for a luxury car or a mortgage-free home? Knowledge, and that's what you're getting right here. Look, I get it. You might be thinking, really? A penny? I can't even get gum with a penny anymore. But let me ask you, what if I told you this was the Tesla of modern pennies? Quiet, understated, and suddenly exploding in value? Who knew your couch cushions might be your secret investment portfolio? And here's something funny. A man once took a penny like this to a gas station, paid for gum, and didn't realize he'd just given away a small fortune. That's the kind of mistake you don't laugh about at reunions. You sob quietly into your drink while the coin's new owner buys beachfront property. You become the seeker. Start by inspecting every 2015 penny you come across, especially those with no mint mark. Look for doubling on the lettering, any unusual smears, off-center strikes, or anything that feels off. Those imperfections? They could be perfect for your bank account. Collectors are aggressively chasing these coins, and the value is still climbing. There's a fierce demand for modern era coins, and every year that passes makes these even rarer in circulation. Time is not just money, it's millions. There are whispers in the collector world of an even rarer variation of this coin, one never publicly confirmed, but reportedly held in a private collection. Could yours be the one that breaks the next record? Could it cross the $2 million mark? The only way to know is to look. Before you go searching, let me say this. If you're passionate about rare coins, building generational wealth, and turning forgotten items into fortune, then you're in the right place. This channel is your home base. We'll guide you through every coin worth money, every strategy, and every opportunity that turns dust into diamonds. Now, before you dismiss that pile of old coins in your drawer, understand this. Some of those Lincoln Memorial pennies, especially the 1993 D mint mark with specific rare era characteristics, have become the holy grail for collectors and wealthy investors alike. Their value is skyrocketing, not just because of age, but because of scarcity, demand, and historical oddities that make them stand out from billions of other coins. And here's the kicker, most people don't even know what to look for. That's exactly why this video could be the turning point between ordinary and extraordinary, between missing out and cashing in. So take a deep breath, because we're about to dive into the story of how one penny became a millionaire's dream, and why yours could be next. Let's rewind the clock to 1993. The U.S. Mint in Denver was in full swing, producing billions of pennies for everyday use. Among the standard production, however, a few rare era coins escaped unnoticed, coins that would one day ignite fierce competition among elite collectors. These era coins weren't your typical misstrikes or die breaks. We're talking about deeply fascinating and highly rare anomalies, double dies, off-center strikes, and even plating errors that make each one a uniquely valuable artifact. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever looked closely, really closely, at the pennies lying around your house? Because if you own a 1993 D penny with a visible doubling in Lincoln's eye, or a misaligned die that shifted the entire strike just slightly off-center, you might just be holding on to a multi-million-dollar mistake. These coins have been auctioned for staggering amounts, with one verified piece reaching an unbelievable $1.6 million in a private collector deal. And what drives this value isn't just rarity, it's passion. It's the emotion collectors feel when they spot something elusive. It's the excitement of treasure hunting in the most unexpected places: junk drawers, coin jars, even behind couch cushions. And let's be honest, there's something incredibly thrilling about turning what most people see as spare change into a potential fortune. But here's a quick warning, and this is important: many people give up too soon. They assume they need advanced tools or industry contacts. They don't. What they need is knowledge. And you're getting it right here, right now. Now I know what you're thinking. How come I never find coins like these? Well, the truth is, it's probably because you've been looking at them like, well, pennies. But when you start seeing each coin as a potential hidden gem, your mindset shifts. You don't need a metal detector or a secret map, just your eyes, some attention to detail, and the wisdom we're sharing in this video. Also, quick question: when was the last time a penny made your heart race? Stick around, because by the end of this video, it just might. So what makes the 1993 D penny so valuable today? It's a combination of flawless mint errors, near perfect condition, known as mint state or MS65+ in grading terms, and the fact that so few of these anomalies were ever discovered. As collectors continue to seek the rarest pieces, demand continues to soar, and with it, so does the price. Think about that. A coin that cost the government less than a cent to make is now commanding million-dollar offers. Right now, wealthy collectors and investment buyers are on the hunt. There's a high-stakes market forming behind closed doors, and these rare coins are like the diamonds of the numismatic world. And you? You could be sitting on one of these treasures without even knowing it. First, go through your coin stash. Examine your 1993 D Lincoln pennies under a magnifying glass. Look for strong doubling in the lettering, in Lincoln's face, or unusual striking errors. If you spot something suspiciously rare, get it graded by a professional like PCGS or NGC. That tiny detail could be the key to a financial windfall. And just when you think this is the peak, here's your cliffhanger. There's a rumor that an even rarer 1993 D penny was recently discovered, with a never-before-seen minting anomaly. Could that be the next $3 million coin? We'll reveal that in an upcoming episode, so make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, and stay in the loop. You do not want to miss what's coming next. Imagine discovering something forgotten, something passed over daily, yet carrying the power to change your life. That's exactly what happened to a man in Colorado in 2023, who stumbled upon this exact coin. He nearly tossed it into a Coinstar machine, until one tiny error caught his eye. That error, invisible to most, transformed his pocket change into a multi-million-dollar find. Let's break this down together. Because this coin isn't just a fluke, it's part of a rare phenomenon that's now skyrocketing in demand among collectors, investors, and even celebrities. And the best part? It could be sitting quietly in your home right now. So, what makes the 1997 D Mint Mark Lincoln penny so special? Well, not all coins are created equal, even if they look identical at first glance. In the case of this penny, it's the rare mint error that turns it from common copper into a collector's goldmine. During a routine minting process at the Denver Mint in 1997, a small batch of pennies was struck using misaligned dies, causing a double die obverse, where Abraham Lincoln's profile appears slightly doubled. The inscriptions like, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty," also show signs of faint duplication. To the average person, this might look like a manufacturing smudge, but to a trained eye, it's like striking oil. But wait, it gets even better. Some versions of the 1997 D penny display a subtle off-center strike, where the design is slightly shifted, making the coin look uneven. These off-center coins with visible date and mint mark are among the most sought-after variants, and they're being snatched up in private auctions and online sales for 6 to 7 figures. Now here's the pattern interrupt. If your brain's trying to say, "It's just a penny, how can it be worth millions?" That's exactly why these coins go unnoticed. The treasure doesn't sparkle. It whispers. Now let's talk real numbers, because this isn't just coin collector fantasy, it's the booming reality of the rare coin market. The most pristine 1997 era penny, graded by PCGS at MS68, recently made headlines when it sold privately for $1.7 million. And demand is only increasing, as more high-net-worth collectors rush to secure these rare modern-era coins before they disappear into private vaults. And here's where fear meets opportunity. Because once these coins are scooped up and locked away, they may not resurface for decades. That window to cash in on your own hidden treasure? It's closing faster than you think. Don't forget, thousands of these coins were released into general circulation. That means yours could already be sitting in a desk drawer, forgotten inside an old coffee can, or nestled deep in the folds of your wallet right now. Isn't it wild that something you've probably walked over could be your ticket to generational wealth? And before we wrap, let me hit you with a cliffhanger. There's growing speculation among numismatists that other 1997 era types, never before documented, are beginning to surface in estate sales and rural auctions. Could there be an undiscovered variation even rarer than the $1.7 million piece? The race to find it is on, and you could be the one who holds it.no, your golden opportunity. Start checking those coin jars, sift through your old penny rolls, dig into your childhood piggy banks. This isn't about luck, it's about knowledge. The kind of knowledge that transforms a copper coin into cold, hard cash. Don't let hesitation rob you of a miracle. There's a reason millionaires and investors are swarming this market. It's not just history, it's high-stakes treasure hunting, and it's unfolding right here in America. And if you want to stay ahead of the curve, subscribe now, because we reveal rare coin secrets that most collectors won't talk about. Hit the like button if today's video opened your eyes, and share it with a friend. You might just change their life too. You see, in the world of rare coin collecting, some coins seem ordinary, until they aren't. The 1985 no-mint mark penny is one of those hidden gems. Born in a year where most coins bore a mint mark, this particular era slipped past quality control and into circulation, quietly becoming a multi-million-dollar legend. And here's the twist. Most people who had it never even knew. Now that should make you think twice before tossing that old change jar aside. But what exactly makes this coin worth millions? Why are collectors in 2025 so desperate to own it that they're throwing money at auctions like it's Wall Street in the 90s? Grab your coffee, or your magnifying glass, because we're diving into a story of mystery, money, and minting magic. Let's rewind to 1985. Ronald Reagan was president, Back to the Future hit the box office, and somewhere deep inside the US Mint, a few Lincoln pennies were struck without a mint mark, an error that would become a jackpot for those lucky enough to find one. While most pennies from that year have a small D or a P indicating the Denver or Philadelphia Mint, this era coin stands out because of what's missing. And in the world of coin collecting, what's missing often makes all the difference. Now, you might be wondering, why is a missing mint mark such a big deal? The answer lies in rarity and demand. Only a limited number of these era pennies were produced, and even fewer have survived in pristine condition. One of these ultra-rare examples, graded in near-perfect state, stunned the coin world by selling at auction for a staggering $1.8 million. That's right, 1 cent transformed into a millionaire's asset, and it's not just about rarity. This coin's fame has snowballed over time. Social media influencers, coin blogs, and YouTube treasure hunters have all put the spotlight on the 1985 no-mint mark penny, pushing demand through the roof. It's become the celebrity coin of the numismatic world. Imagine owning a piece of copper that's talked about more than most NFTs. Here's where things get interesting. This coin wasn't found in a museum or a vault. It came from someone like you, a regular American who held on to their old coins, just in case. They say lightning doesn't strike twice, but if you're holding a box of old coins in your attic, you might be sitting on your own $1 million storm. So here's the part where you lean in. Because if you've been zoning out, now's the time to pay attention. Somewhere across the US, more of these 1985 no-mint mark pennies are waiting to be discovered, and time is not your friend. With more collectors jumping into the market every day, and grading services backed up from overwhelming demand, the window to find, certify, and sell one of these coins at top dollar is shrinking fast. Will you be the person who takes action, or the one who regrets not checking? Let's be honest. How many coins have we all let slip through our fingers over the years? That 1 cent could have been your one chance. Don't let it happen again. And before you brush this off and say, "Come on, it's just a penny," remember, so did everyone else who didn't become a millionaire from it. The difference between them and the person who cashed in for $1.8 million? Awareness, timing, and the willingness to look. Now, imagine finding one of these coins, getting it graded, and having collectors bid for it like it's the last diamond on earth. Picture yourself finally making that dream vacation a reality, paying off your mortgage, or gifting your children the financial freedom you've always wanted for them, all because you believed in the value of what others overlooked. If that doesn't excite you, check your pulse. You might be holding the next treasure and not even know it. yet.so, go grab that old change jar. Open that forgotten coin album. Look through your drawer, your glove compartment, your sock drawer if you have to. Because finding that 1985 no-mint mark penny could change everything. And remember, rare coins don't wait. They get found, or they get forgotten. But before you rush off, one last thing. If you want to keep learning how to identify these millionaire-making coins, how to sell them, and how to build real wealth from what you already own, hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications, because in the next video, we're diving into another penny that might be. You're about to hear the true story of a rare error coin that's turning heads and flipping bank accounts. This isn't just about numismatics. It's about legacy, discovery, and seizing your moment before it's gone. Let's rewind the clock back to 1971. America was humming with cultural change, technology was evolving, and at the San Francisco Mint, a small batch of pennies was struck with an extraordinary error, an anomaly so precise, yet so easily overlooked. These weren't just your average Lincoln Memorial cents. Some of these 1971 pennies were struck with a proof-like finish, but most notably, a few were accidentally minted with a doubled die-up verse, an error that made the coin's inscriptions appear boldly doubled, including, "In God We Trust," and the word, "Liberty." For collectors and dealers in the know, this doubling was like spotting a treasure map. But here's where things get truly exciting. These coins are exceedingly rare. So rare, in fact, that finding one is like discovering a time capsule of American minting history, perfectly preserved and powerfully valuable. Now imagine stumbling across one in your old coin jar or inherited stash. That's exactly what happened to one lucky collector in Ohio. While clearing out his late father's coin albums, he spotted the faint doubling on a 1971 penny. After a certified grading and jaw-dropping appraisal, the coin sold in a private auction for over $1.1 million. That moment changed his life, and it could change yours too. But let's pause for a second. Are you still paying attention? Or did I just catch you Googling how to check for doubling on pennies? Gotcha. That's what we call a pattern interrupt, because this video isn't just here to entertain, it's here to wake you up. The opportunities to find wealth in unexpected places are real. And the time to act is right now. So, what makes the 1971 Lincoln penny so valuable? It's not just the error. It's the rarity, the demand, and the undeniable historical significance. With coin investors actively hunting down these elusive specimens, competition is fierce, and the market is hot. Graded examples, especially those certified by PCGS or NGC, can spark bidding wars that leave sellers in awe and buyers thrilled to own a piece of American history. And let's not forget the emotional drive behind it all. There's something thrilling about discovering a hidden gem that was right under your nose. Something empowering about cashing in on what others ignored. It's not just about selling a coin, it's about shifting your mindset from scarcity to abundance. From collector to wealth builder. Could your coin jar be hiding a fortune? Is that dusty penny in your glove compartment worth more than your car? You won't know unless you look. But time is ticking, and demand is only growing. The window for turning these old copper coins into modern-day treasure is still open, but not for long. Now is the time to act. Check your 1971 Lincoln pennies. Look for doubling. Get your coins appraised by a professional. And most importantly, don't wait for someone else to cash in on the opportunity that could have been yours. If this video has inspired you, ignited your curiosity, or even made you chuckle once or twice, hit that subscribe button. Because we're just getting started. From rare pennies to millionaire coins, this channel is your ultimate guide to unlocking the secrets buried in your spare change. Like, share, and drop a comment if you've ever found, or are now hoping to find, your $1,000,000 penny. What if I told you that a single penny, yes, just one, could flip your entire financial future upside down? Imagine holding a coin you thought was only worth a cent, only to discover it's valued at $1.2 million. Sounds like a plot twist from a Hollywood movie, right? But this is very real. The 1968 Mint Mark Lincoln penny is not just a coin, it's a secret investment, a buried treasure sitting quietly in the drawers and jars of everyday Americans, possibly even in your own home. You see, in a world where inflation chips away at the value of the dollar, this small copper coin has defied all odds and skyrocketed in worth, becoming one of the most sought-after era coins in the rare coin market today. And the most thrilling part? Most people have no idea what makes this penny so special. But by the end of this video, you will. Now, before we go on, quick question. When was the last time you checked your spare change? Be honest. Because right now, someone out there is about to cash in a coin that was once overlooked. Let's make sure that someone is you. The 1968 Lincoln penny may seem like your typical 1-cent coin, but dig a little deeper and you'll uncover a story of misprints, minting errors, and ultra-low surviving populations that have transformed this coin into a 7-figure asset. The Mint mark signifies it was struck at the San Francisco Mint, a facility known for precision, but also for producing some of the most valuable coin errors in U.S. history. One of the rarest and most prized errors associated with the 1968 penny is the double die obverse, where Abraham Lincoln's profile, the date, or even the words, "In God We Trust," appear visibly doubled due to a misalignment in the minting process. These errors are not just collector candy, they're investor gold. Coins in pristine condition, with a strong double die and minimal wear, have commanded prices up to $1.2 million in private auctions and elite coin shows. These coins are incredibly rare but not impossible to find. You don't need to be a millionaire to own one, you just need to know what to look for. There's real urgency here because with every year that passes, more of these coins vanish into private collections, driving up demand and limiting public access. Miss this wave, and you might never catch it again. Funny how a penny saved could actually be a fortune earned, huh? Who said piggy banks were only for kids? So here's the $1,000,000 question, literally. Could you be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it? Picture this, you find that 1968 penny with the telltale doubling, you get it authenticated, and suddenly your retirement plans, your dream vacation, or even that dream home, they're all within reach. Sounds dramatic? That's the reality for a handful of lucky collectors who took the time to learn, to look, and to act. And here's the emotional core, this isn't just about money. It's about legacy. It's about being the person in your family who made a bold discovery, who turned a dusty coin jar into generational wealth. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme, it's a historical opportunity, hiding in plain sight. Stay with me till the end, because coming up next I'll share exactly how to spot one of these errors, how to verify its authenticity, and how to sell it to collectors who are willing to pay top dollar. No middlemen, no confusion, just straight-up strategy. But first, here's your pattern interrupt. Ever wondered why people still say, "A penny for your thoughts"? After today's story, I'd say your thoughts might be worth a whole lot more, especially if they lead you to that $1.2 million cent. So don't just close this video and forget. Go check your collection, visit your grandparents, comb through your coin jars. You now know the value. You now have the knowledge. And knowledge, as we all know, is the gateway to wealth. This 1968's penny isn't just a coin. It's a door. A door to financial transformation, sitting quietly in your hands. If you found this inspiring and eye-opening, don't keep it to yourself. Hit that subscribe button right now, so you never miss a single opportunity to turn ordinary coins into extraordinary wealth. What if I told you that a single penny from 2011, yes, a penny, without any mint mark, could be worth $1.3 million today? Sounds like something out of a dream, right? But for one lucky collector, that dream became reality. Imagine rummaging through a jar of spare change, only to realize you've been sitting on a fortune this entire time. Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, you'll discover how an ordinary-looking coin turned into one of the most valuable modern-day treasures, and why you could be next. Most people throw pennies aside, thinking they're useless. But hidden among those copper-colored coins could be a game-changing gem that turns your financial story upside down. We're not talking about ancient coins buried in some forgotten tomb. We're talking about a 2011 Lincoln penny, with no mint mark, sitting quietly in someone's drawer until it exploded into the spotlight. Why? Because of one extraordinary error that transformed it from pocket change to a $1 million masterpiece. The 2011 no mint mark Lincoln penny may look like your everyday 1-cent piece. But this particular error coin has one fatal flaw, or should we say, one golden opportunity. During the minting process at the Philadelphia Mint, a rare die alignment error occurred. This caused subtle but shocking design anomalies, especially around Lincoln's profile, the date, and the rim. Tiny details almost invisible to the untrained eye, but incredibly valuable to coin collectors. These errors are so rare, they're practically considered one of a kind. And here's where things get really exciting. The numismatic community is buzzing. Demand for this coin has skyrocketed, as serious collectors are hunting it down like modern-day treasure seekers. One confirmed sale in a private auction hit the unbelievable price of $1.3 million. Why? Because collectors value uniqueness. And when a modern coin with such a dramatic minting flaw is discovered, it becomes the centerpiece of elite collections. Now pause for a second. Have you checked your change jar lately? I'm serious. Because while others overlook their spare change, you might be ignoring a life-changing asset. You might laugh now, but so did the man who found the $1 million 2011 penny, until he cashed in. Now, quick question. When's the last time you looked at a penny and whispered, "You complete me"? Yeah, probably never. But after this video, I guarantee you'll never look at loose change the same way again. And here's a juicy detail you won't want to miss. Later in this video, I'll reveal how to spot the exact error markers that separate the $1.3 million 2011 penny from the ordinary ones. But first, let's talk urgency. The window to cash in on rare error coins like the 2011 no mint mark penny is shrinking. As collectors snatch them up and their rarity increases, the value is only climbing. There's a saying in coin collecting: today's junk is tomorrow's jackpot. And this penny proves that truth in the most spectacular way possible. What makes this even more empowering is that anyone, yes, anyone, can find this coin. You don't need a treasure map, just awareness and the right knowledge. And you've already taken the first step by watching this video. But the next step? That's on you. Check every 2011 penny you own. Look for signs of off-center strikes, doubled elements, or rim errors. Even a small flaw could turn that coin into a 6- or 7-figure payday. And remember, there are coin dealers and collectors who are actively offering cash, often immediately, for authentic 2011 era pennies. There's rumor of another 2011 no mint mark era coin recently discovered, one that could surpass the $1.3 million mark. But the details are still emerging, and I'll be covering that explosive story in an upcoming video. So, if you're ready to turn your spare change into serious cash and uncover the wealth hiding right under your nose, don't miss what's coming next. Subscribe, tap the bell, and stay tuned, because your next million could be one penny away. We're diving into the incredible story of how a modern-day penny has become one of the most sought-after collectibles in the United States, and how you could be holding onto a fortune without even realizing it. Let's rewind for a moment. In 2020, the Denver Mint released millions of Lincoln Memorial pennies, part of the usual circulation. At first glance, there was nothing extraordinary. But as collectors began to inspect their coins more closely, something caught their attention: a rare, striking error so precise and unusual that it created immediate buzz across coin forums, auctions, and private collectors' networks. The coin community was lit up like Times Square on New Year's Eve. Now, let's talk about what makes this penny so valuable. This isn't just any error. This is a major minting anomaly that only appears on a tiny fraction of 2020 pennies. We're talking doubled dies, off-center strikes, ghost images of Lincoln's profile, and die chips that resemble mysterious symbols, each flaw making the coin dramatically rarer and exponentially more desirable. One such penny recently sold at a private auction for a jaw-dropping $1.4 million. Yes, 1 cent turned into over $1 million. That kind of ROI makes the stock market look like child's play. And the best part? These coins are still out there. They weren't made in the 1800s. They were minted just a few years ago. That means you, watching this right now, could literally have one sitting in a forgotten jar of coins or tucked away in a dresser drawer. By the way, ever wonder why you never see millionaires scrambling to buy scratch-off tickets? It's because they understand that true wealth comes from recognizing hidden value where others see nothing. Like this penny. Think of it as your golden ticket, if you know what to look for. If you're now tempted to call your bank and order 50 rolls of pennies, you're not alone. But before you do, maybe check your wallet. Because hey, digging through change is suddenly sexier than Bitcoin mining, and you won't even need a graphics card. The demand for rare era pennies has skyrocketed since collectors realized how scarce this specific 2020 variety really is. These aren't just circulating among hobbyists. High net worth individuals, investment-grade coin buyers, and even international collectors are racing to acquire the few authenticated pieces available. One appraiser recently called this penny the modern-day Mona Lisa of American coinage. It's commanding attention and bidding wars from serious players, and here's where it gets even more intense. Some experts believe there are fewer than 10 of these million-dollar-era pennies verified today, meaning the next one that surfaces could push the price even higher. That's right, the $1.4 million record might just be the beginning. Which raises the question, what would you do if you found one? We're standing at a unique moment in history. Never before has a penny from such a recent year gained so much notoriety and value in such a short span of time. This is your opportunity, not just to uncover hidden wealth but to change the way you see money forever. Imagine paying for a coffee with a coin that could have bought a mansion. Heartbreaking, isn't it? So, here's what you do next. Start checking your spare change, especially 2020 pennies. Get a magnifying glass, compare it to authenticated error samples, and if you see something off, don't dismiss it, get it appraised. Because that off-center Lincoln or that strange-looking D might just be your first-class ticket to financial freedom. There's a second 2020 penny error type that's even rarer, rumored to be in existence but never confirmed publicly yet. We're diving into that in our next video, so make sure you subscribe, tap the notification bell, and stay tuned. You don't want to be the person who hears about it after the $1 million payout happens again. Remember, this isn't just about pennies, it's about perspective. What seems small today can be tomorrow's empire. Thanks for watching, and keep your eyes sharp, your pockets checked, and your dreams big. Subscribe now for more insights on rare coin finds that are literally changing lives. We're diving into the remarkable story behind this ultra-rare coin that's rewriting the rules of modern coin collecting. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, and you might just walk away with a millionaire's mindset. Now, before we dive into the details, let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually looked at your loose change? No, not glanced, really looked. Because hidden in plain sight, within modern pennies like the 2019 No Mint Mark Edition, are secrets worth more than most people's cars, and in some cases, even their homes. Let's break this down. The 2019 penny in question was minted in Philadelphia, hence, No Mint Mark, and while millions were made, Only a few contain a rare, spectacular error that transforms this ordinary-looking coin into something extraordinary. We're talking about a dramatic die clash error, visible doubling, or in some extreme cases, a misaligned die strike that literally splits the visual design across the coin. These aren't tiny flaws, they're bold, unmistakable anomalies that serious collectors crave. And the kicker? The best preserved specimen is currently valued at a mind-blowing $1.5 million in today's collector market. Now, you might be wondering, why would anyone pay that much for a modern penny? The answer lies in scarcity, condition, and timing. Coin collectors today are shifting their focus from ancient to modern minting mysteries. There's a race, an actual hunt, underway to find rare modern-day US currency with error traits. And because so few of these coins have surfaced, demand is through the roof. It's like the Bitcoin of the coin world, fast, unexpected, and potentially life-changing. If you think you've missed the window of opportunity, pause right there. These 2019 no-mint mark era coins are still out there. That's what makes this so electrifying. The treasure hasn't been fully uncovered yet. And here's where things get exciting: you might already have one in your possession. Don't believe me? Well, let me tell you about a man from Ohio who found one in his change from a gas station run. One moment, he's paying for a coffee. The next, he's holding a $1.5 million payday in his palm. That's the power of paying attention. Be honest. Did you just glance at your change jar? If not, maybe you should. Because while we're talking, someone else might be uncovering their lucky penny. Don't worry, I'll wait. Okay, back to business. This is about more than a coin. This is about mindset. About opening your eyes to possibilities, wealth, and opportunity hiding in plain sight. People often think building wealth requires high-risk investments, or years of climbing the corporate ladder. But sometimes it's as simple as awareness. As having the curiosity to flip a coin over and ask, could this be the one? The 2019 no-mint mark penny with the $1 million error is now considered one of the most desirable coins in recent American history. Auction houses are listing it with estimated values that climb higher every year. And with rising demand, especially from private collectors and digital auctions, the value is expected to skyrocket. Yes, skyrocket. So if you've got an old jar of change, or even just pocket coins from the last trip to the store, you might be sitting on an untapped fortune. Your wealth could already be in your hands. You just have to recognize it. There's never been a better time to start looking. And if you find something rare, don't sell it cheap. Seek certified appraisers, go through trusted auction houses, and hold out for what it's truly worth. Because this market is not slowing down. In fact, it's just heating up. So here's the real question. What if the next $1 million penny isn't the 2019 error, but one that you uncover next week? What if there's another rare strike, sitting unnoticed in a handful of spare change, just waiting to be found? Would you know what to look for? If you're serious about wealth, legacy, and living life on your own terms, then now is the time to act. Don't let history pass you by. Subscribe right now and join the journey. Because in our next video, we'll be revealing another jaw-dropping penny that's even rarer than the 2019 edition. You won't want to miss it. Yes, I'm talking about the elusive 2001 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin so rare, so mysterious, and so valuable that collectors are willing to drop a jaw-dropping $1.6 million just to own it. Sounds insane, right? But this isn't fantasy, it's reality. And by the time you finish watching this video, you'll understand why this penny has become one of the most sought-after treasures in American coin collecting history. Imagine waking up one morning, grabbing your morning coffee, and casually flipping through your change, only to realize you're holding onto a piece of history that could set you up for life. That's not a dream. That's the power of numismatics. So let's take a deep breath and get ready to explore a story filled with hidden riches, forgotten mistakes, and the growing urgency behind a coin that collectors are chasing faster than you can say. $1 million penny. The year is 2001. The U.S. Mint in Philadelphia is operating full throttle, producing billions of Lincoln cents. Most of these coins are stamped with a small P mint mark. But a tiny handful? They slipped through the cracks, struck without any mint mark at all. And here's where it gets fascinating. This wasn't just a simple oversight. These coins were made from rare planchets, and their lack of a mint mark wasn't just unnoticed, it was uncorrected. Now, at first glance, this penny looks like any other. But to the trained eye, and to savvy collectors, it's a golden goose disguised in copper. The absence of the mint mark turns it into a numismatic anomaly. And you know what collectors do with anomalies, right? They obsess over them. They bid on them. They fight for them. One such penny recently shook the collector's world with a private sale valued at an eye-watering $1.6 million. And let me tell you, that's not just luck. That's history cashing in, you might be thinking. Okay, but why does this error even matter? Here's the truth, mint errors, especially those from the modern era, are growing in demand because they are so rare. Most mistakes are caught early. But when something this subtle and unique escapes quality control, it becomes the kind of story that legends and fortunes are made of. Still with me? Great. Because it gets even better. Not only is this coin rare, but it's also in high demand right now. As more collectors flood the market with a hunger for undiscovered rarities, the value of these era coins continues to climb. We're talking auction bidding wars, private collectors offering 6 or 7 figures, and coin shows where this penny is treated like a celebrity. And all of this is creating a fever-pitch urgency to find the next one. That old penny jar you inherited from your grandfather? That dusty drawer full of junk change from 20 years ago? It might be holding the golden ticket to your next chapter in life. The difference between a forgotten coin and a millionaire's asset lies in one tiny detail: the absence of a mint mark. So don't let fear or doubt stop you. Check your coins. Take them seriously. Because others already are, and they're walking away with life-changing money. And if you think this is just a one-off story, think again. The world of rare coin collecting is booming like never before. People across the US, ordinary people just like you, are finding treasure in the most unexpected places. This isn't about luck. It's about awareness, timing, and action. Just imagine what you could do with $1.6 million. Clear your debts. Retire early. Travel the world. Fund your dream home. Or simply build a legacy for the next generation. All of that possibility, packed into one small coin that most people would never even glance at twice. Before we wrap up, I've got one last cliffhanger for you. There's a rumor that another 2001 no-mint mark penny is about to hit the auction block, and it could set a new world record. What will it sell for? $2 million? $3 million? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, the spotlight is only getting brighter, and the stakes are only getting higher. So, if you're ready to start your journey into the world of rare coins and high-stakes discoveries, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now. You don't want to miss the next big find. In fact, it might already be sitting in your hands. What if I told you that a single penny from your spare change drawer, yes, a 2060 mint mark Lincoln penny, could be worth more than a luxury home, more than your dream car, even more than most people make in an entire lifetime? Sounds like fiction, right? But this is real, and you might be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. One specific era coin from 2006, minted in Denver, has shaken the numismatic world, valued today at a staggering $1.7 million. And no, it's not coated in gold or studded with diamonds. It's just a tiny, copper-plated piece of history with a powerful twist. Now, before you roll your eyes and toss that coin jar back in the cabinet, stop. Because this story isn't just about a penny. It's about missed opportunities, hidden wealth, and the kind of life-changing discovery that only a handful of lucky people ever get to make. You're about to uncover how one rare coin, buried in everyday circulation, transformed an ordinary life into a millionaire's journey. Let's rewind the clock to 2006. The U.S. Mint in Denver was operating full steam, pumping out billions of Lincoln cents. But somewhere during the high-speed production process, something went beautifully wrong. A rare minting error occurred. Some believe it was a double die, others point to a misaligned strike, while the most intriguing theory involves a die clash with an off-center design. Whatever the exact cause, the result was breathtakingly rare. Only a few of these 2060 pennies with this unique flaw have ever been confirmed. And each one? A collector's dream. These coins didn't go into velvet cases or auction showrooms at first. No, they slipped quietly into grocery store change, pocket lint, and piggy banks. For years, they went unnoticed. That's what makes this story so thrilling, because the one that eventually sold for $1.7 million. It was discovered in the most unexpected place, a forgotten cigar box under someone's grandfather's workbench. That moment of discovery sparked an emotional whirlwind. Imagine realizing that a coin you thought was worth 1 cent was actually a key to financial freedom. The demand for era coins like this has exploded in recent years. And it's not just buzz, it's business. Wealthy collectors, investors, and high net worth individuals are driving the price of rare pennies sky high. They're not just buying coins, they're buying history, rarity, and bragging rights. And the 2006 era penny? It's among the most sought-after specimens of the 21st century. Coin expos and online auctions have seen intense bidding wars for these tiny treasures. The coin's last recorded auction closed at $1.7 million, setting records and changing lives. That wasn't the only one. Experts believe more of these valuable 2006 era pennies are still out there. Maybe in a kitchen drawer. Maybe in your car's cup holder. Or maybe right in your hand as you're watching this video. Makes you want to check your change, doesn't it? Let's get real for a moment. This isn't just about coins, it's about potential. About being aware, proactive, and ready to claim what's rightfully yours. We live in a world where financial freedom is often buried under years of hard work. But sometimes, just sometimes, it's hidden inside a penny. That's the kind of possibility the 2060 mint mark penny represents. If you've ever dreamed of breaking free from the paycheck-to-paycheck grind, if you've ever fantasized about paying off your home, buying your dream car, or retiring early with total peace of mind, this is your moment. But only if you act. Only if you dig in. Only if you start paying attention to what's right in front of you. You're sorting through your coins, almost absent-mindedly, when your eyes land on a 2060 penny. Something looks different. Could it be? Your heart races. You do a double take. You grab a magnifier. And just like that, you're holding your $1.7 million future in your fingertips. It's not. It's already happened. And it can happen again. But only to those who know what to look for and take action. So here's your next step. Subscribe to this channel now and become part of a growing community of treasure hunters, coin lovers, and everyday millionaires in the making. We're uncovering the secrets behind the most valuable coins in US history, and showing you how to turn those secrets into serious wealth. Turn on the bell notifications so you never miss a hot tip. Share this video with someone you love, because imagine if they found the coin instead of you. That's the kind of regret that sticks around. Don't let opportunities slip through your fingers like spare change. We're going to explore why this particular penny is commanding attention, excitement, and massive bids of up to $1.80 million. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, "It's just a penny," let me ask you this: what if your financial breakthrough is already sitting quietly in a dusty coin jar, just waiting to be recognized? Stick with me, because over the next few minutes, we're diving deep into the story, mystery, and value of the 1973 no-mint mark penny. And who knows? By the end of this video, you might just be digging through your change drawer with trembling hands. The 1973 no-mint mark penny might look ordinary at first glance, but let me assure you, there is nothing ordinary about it. Minted in Philadelphia, these coins should not have any mint mark, which was typical for the Philadelphia Mint at the time. But here's where it gets interesting. A tiny handful of these coins were struck with errors so rare that seasoned collectors have placed them at the top of their wish lists. We're talking about double dies, off-center strikes, and even planchet anomalies that turn this copper-clad coin into a collector's treasure chest. What makes it even more intriguing is that many of these era coins went unnoticed for decades, quietly circulating through vending machines and lunch money transactions. They were tossed aside, forgotten, until sharp-eyed numismatists began unearthing them and documenting their significance. Today, these rare variations of the 1973 no-mint mark penny are fetching jaw-dropping figures in private sales and auctions. One verified specimen recently sold for an unbelievable $1.8 million, and interest continues to grow, because rarity and demand are the ultimate currency in the collector's world. Think of it like this. Imagine if there were only a handful of Ferraris ever made, and you happened to find one in your garage. The same principle applies here. The fewer coins available in pristine condition with rare minting errors, the higher the value. Combine that scarcity with a growing community of passionate buyers, and you've got a marketplace that's boiling with opportunity. Quick attention reset. Have you checked your old piggy bank lately? No, seriously, that one you forgot in your attic since 1999. You might want to after watching this. What do I do if I think I have one of these pennies? That's where your journey begins. First, don't rush off to spend it. Get it examined by a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. Their authentication could unlock doors to private collectors, high-end auctions, and investment firms ready to bid for ownership. This isn't just about selling a coin, it's about changing your financial future. Imagine using that 1 cent to pay off your mortgage, fund your retirement, or even invest in a new dream business. There's real urgency here. As more collectors enter the scene, and as digital platforms increase exposure to these rare coins, the demand is skyrocketing. The longer you wait, the more competitive, and potentially crowded, the market becomes. And let's be honest, nothing is more frustrating than realizing you had the golden ticket, but missed the train. Here's a little cliffhanger for you. Coming up in our next episode, we reveal another penny from the 1970s that's even rarer than today's featured coin and currently catching the attention of elite investors. But you'll have to subscribe and hit that bell icon to catch it before the bidding wars start. Remember, you're not just collecting coins, you're collecting opportunities. Opportunities to build wealth, reclaim forgotten treasures, and join the ranks of those who turn pocket change into million-dollar legacies. So the next time someone tells you a penny's not worth much, just smile, because you now know better. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who might be unknowingly holding a fortune in their pocket. And hey, go check that coin jar. Imagine this. You're cleaning out an old drawer, a dusty coffee can jingles faintly, and inside you spot a handful of pennies that haven't seen the light of day in decades. You think, just change, right? But what if I told you that one of those ordinary-looking coins, specifically a 1940s Lincoln wheat penny, could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.1 million? Yes, you heard that right. $1.1 million. You might be thinking, that can't be real. But it is. These aren't just pennies, they're golden tickets hiding in plain sight. Welcome to the world where rare errors and mint marks transform pocket change into pure treasure. In this video, we'll take you on a journey through time, mystery, and money, so buckle up and stay till the end, because the real value might just be sitting in your change jar. Let's step back to the year 1940. The world was on the brink of chaos with World War II spreading across continents, but in San Francisco, the U.S. Mint quietly released the 1940s Lincoln wheat penny. Made mostly of copper and tin, it was supposed to be ordinary. Yet, due to rare minting errors, off-center strikes, double die obverse, and clipped planchets, some of these coins became exceptional. And collectors today are willing to pay a premium, sometimes over $1 million, to get their hands on one in pristine condition. These valuable errors often go unnoticed. They're not always flashy or obvious. Sometimes it's a barely visible doubling in Lincoln's profile, a subtle misalignment, or even a mint mark that tells a deeper story. It's like owning a famous painting where the brushstroke tells the difference between a replica and a masterpiece. The very penny you once used to buy a gumball could now be the key to buying a luxury home. Who knew Abe Lincoln had that kind of power? But this isn't just about luck. It's about awareness. These 1940s coins are climbing in value because they're in high demand, incredibly scarce in top-grade condition, and emotionally powerful for collectors. And yes, that emotional pull, the feeling of holding a piece of American history, is exactly what drives these massive price tags. Here's the moment you've been waiting for. One particular 1940s Lincoln penny with a rare double die error, graded MS67 red by PCGS, recently stunned collectors by selling for $1.1 million at auction. Why? Because it combined rarity, condition, and historical resonance into a single copper coin. This isn't just a collector's item, it's an appreciating asset. Think about it. As more people search for rare coins, the supply shrinks, and demand rises. That's the perfect storm. Every day that passes, these rare pennies become harder to find. And while you're watching this, someone out there is discovering one and cashing in. But here's the twist: most people will never know they even had one. That's the fear, the urgency. Will you be the one who acts, or the one who shrugs and walks away from a fortune? You're here because you sense there's more to your spare change than meets the eye. And you're right. So now ask yourself, have you checked your coins lately? Have you looked closely at the pennies tucked away in a cookie tin, inside an old wallet, or buried in the back of your car's console? Because your $1 million story might be waiting quietly in your possession. Stay curious. Stay inspired. Stay informed. And if you want more insights like this, more opportunities to turn forgotten change into a wealthy lifestyle, then hit that subscribe button and ring the bell icon so you never miss a beat in the rare coin world. We've only scratched the surface. The next $1 million penny could be revealed in our next video. Are you ready to find it? Yes, you heard that right. A humble copper coin that's now worth an astonishing $1.2 million in today's market. It's not a myth or a collector's tale. This is the true story of one of America's most elusive and valuable coins, and it might be sitting in your collection right now. Now, before you roll your eyes and toss that old jar of pennies aside, ask yourself, what if that jar holds the key to your financial breakthrough? What if just one of those coins could rewrite your legacy, pay off your mortgage, and even fund a life of luxury and security for generations to come? This video is not just about a coin. It's about the overlooked opportunities that surround us. And today, we're going to take a deep dive into the fascinating journey, hidden errors, and jaw-dropping value of the 1936 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, and why this coin is in such high demand that collectors are lining up with blank checks just to own one. The year was 1936. The world was recovering from the Great Depression, and America was slowly finding its footing again. In the midst of economic struggle, millions of Lincoln pennies were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, without a mint mark. To most people, these were just ordinary coins used for bread, milk, or newspapers. But what they didn't know is that among those everyday coins, a few were struck with rare and astonishing minting errors that make them the holy grail of penny collectors today. Some of these rare 1936 pennies feature double dies, misaligned strikes, off-center prints, and subtle inconsistencies in Lincoln's profile. These are the secrets that send their value skyrocketing, not by a few dollars, but into the realm of six-figure offers and million-dollar bids at private auctions. One flawless, error-rich specimen was recently valued at $1.2 million, and it's now considered a crown jewel in elite coin collections. But what makes this coin so valuable isn't just its rarity, it's the story it tells. It's a living piece of history. And in a time when digital assets fade and trends come and go, physical treasures like the 1936 no-mint Mark penny are only becoming more desirable and more fiercely sought after by investors and collectors alike. And here's where it gets exciting. These coins don't always show up in glass display cases or locked vaults. They often appear in the most unexpected places: old coin jars, attic boxes, inherited collections, even inside old furniture from estate sales. You don't need to be a millionaire to find one. You just need to know what to look for. Before we go any further, let me ask you this. What if you already had one of these valuable 1936 pennies, and you spent it on a cup of coffee without realizing it? Scary, right? That's why you need to stay with me until the end, because in just a few moments, I'm going to tell you the exact errors, features, and signs to look for on your 1936 penny that could make it worth more than a brand new Lamborghini. So, how can you tell if your 1936 penny is the jackpot coin? The key lies in the details. Start with the doubling effect. If you notice Abraham Lincoln's features slightly doubled or the word, liberty, appears to have a shadowed echo, that's a strong indicator of a double die error. Next, examine the edges. Any off-center strike, unusual rim spacing, or slight disfigurement might mean you've got a highly sought-after minting error. Look closely under a magnifying glass or take your coin to a certified appraiser. Coin grading companies like PCGS or NGC can authenticate and certify your penny, instantly increasing its credibility and value in the market. In fact, a professionally graded 1936 no-mint mark penny in near-perfect condition recently fetched over 7 figures at auction. The demand for these coins is soaring. With more collectors entering the market every year and fewer high-grade specimens being found, the value is expected to climb even higher in the coming months. There's no better time than now to act, because once the top-tier coins are absorbed by private collections, they may not surface again for decades. So, what's the lesson here? That hidden wealth doesn't always wear a suit or drive a Ferrari. Sometimes, it hides in the smallest corners of your life, in your grandfather's coin box, in the change drawer of your old car, or in that dusty coin album you almost threw away last spring. This isn't just about a penny, it's about recognizing value where others don't. It's about stepping into a new mindset, one where opportunities are hunted, not hoped for. And right now, one of those opportunities could be lying in your own hands. If you're serious about selling your rare coins, discovering life-changing coin errors, and living the wealthy lifestyle you deserve, then this is your moment. Don't let this knowledge slip away like spare change. Subscribe now for more eye-opening insights, expert strategies, and rare coin discoveries that could turn your collection into your retirement plan. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a video, because next time, we might be talking about a coin in your pocket that's worth even more than this 1936 legend. Now, before you assume your pennies are worthless, stick with me. Because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, what makes the 1951's penny so valuable, and why collectors are in a frenzy trying to get their hands on this small but mighty treasure. So get comfortable, but not too comfortable. This journey is about to take you from ordinary change to extraordinary wealth. And trust me, you'll never look at a penny the same way again. Let's rewind the clock to 1951. America was riding the post-war boom, and the U.S. Mint in San Francisco was churning out Lincoln wheat pennies like clockwork. Over 136 million of them, in fact. But here's the twist. While most of these coins are common, a tiny number were struck with highly rare minting errors that now command premium prices in today's booming collector's market. So, what makes this coin a millionaire's dream? It's not just the mint mark. It's the errors, the double die obverse, the repunched mint marks, the sharply defined wheat stalks. These minute details are like a secret code known only to sharp-eyed experts. One recently discovered error coin was misstruck so precisely yet so subtly that it stunned numismatists at a high-profile auction, where it sold for over $1.3 million. Yes, that's million with an M. Now, here's where it gets thrilling. These rare error coins are out there, sitting quietly in pocket change, locked inside dresser drawers, and lying forgotten in inherited coin jars. Think about it. You could be holding a 7-figure fortune and not even know it. And with rising demand from elite collectors and auction houses, these coins are vanishing into private collections fast. The opportunity to sell, and sell big, is now. But remember, this isn't your average, gum stuck to the sidewalk kind of penny. This is the Brad Pitt of pennies, classic, rugged, and in high demand. If coins had red carpets, the 1951's would be front and center, posing with $1 million smile. If you're watching this video, chances are you have old coins, maybe handed down by family, maybe just sitting in a jar waiting to be counted. That's your gold mine. That's your first-class ticket to financial freedom. But here's the thing, these coins won't wait. The collectors are already out there. The auctions are already happening. Every day you wait is a day someone else cashes in. Here's your moment of choice. Take action. Examine your coins, especially any Lincoln wheat pennies from 1951 with the small but mighty S mint mark under the date. Get them appraised by a professional. Connect with reputable buyers. Because your dusty little penny could be the beginning of a legacy. a new home, a dream business, a life unburdened by debt. Before we wrap up, let me leave you with this. Think about the stories buried in these coins. Stories of the past, waiting to fund your future. You have the power to unlock those stories, if you're willing to look, and here's the best part, we're just getting started. The 1951 penny is only one of many coins quietly building millionaires. In the next video, we'll uncover another coin hiding a secret even rarer than this one, and it's likely sitting in your wallet right now. Yes, you heard that right. There's a 1939 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny floating around, often tucked away in old dressers, cookie tins, or forgotten piggy banks, that collectors are desperate to find. This coin isn't just a rare collector's item, it's a key to a life-changing fortune. And here's the kicker, most people don't even know it exists. But you will. Stay with me. Imagine finding a coin worth more than your car, or even your house. That's the reality some lucky individuals are living today, all because they recognize the hidden value of what others overlooked. So, before you toss out that jar of old change, you'll want to hear this story from beginning to end, because the next millionaire coin hunter could be you. Let's rewind to the year 1939. America was climbing out of the Great Depression. World War II loomed on the horizon. Every penny counted, literally. The Lincoln wheat penny, a staple in American currency since 1909, was still in circulation, and in 1939, something peculiar happened. The Philadelphia Mint, which typically didn't use mint marks, released a batch of Lincoln pennies that would later become some of the rarest ever seen. These no-mint mark pennies from 1939 may look ordinary, bronze, worn, forgotten. But don't be fooled. What separates the million-dollar coin from pocket change is subtle. Sometimes a small die crack, a double die error, or a perfectly preserved surface untouched by circulation. It's like a ghost hiding in plain sight. Now here's where it gets exciting. There are specific 1939 no-mint mark pennies with rare error varieties, like off-center strikes, double dies on Lincoln's profile or inscriptions, or coins that have the wrong planchet metal altogether. These are the unicorns of coin collecting. And when one of these surfaces, collectors don't just offer a few $100, they go to war in auctions. The most pristine example known fetched a jaw-dropping $1.4 million. That's not a typo. That's real money changing real lives. Are you starting to feel that tingling in your gut? That, what if, creeping in? Good. That means you're paying attention. Let me interrupt this treasure hunt for a second. Have you ever looked at a penny so long you start to think Lincoln's winking at you? No? Just me? Alright, moving on. But don't blink, because what comes next could be the million-dollar detail you need to look for. Here's the truth that most people will never realize. While the 1939 no-mint mark penny might be old, the demand for it is surging now more than ever. As more collectors and investors enter the rare coin market, many of them looking for stable, tangible assets with rising value, these old pennies are becoming the modern-day gold rush. Think about it. One small coin. One quiet discovery. And suddenly, your reality shifts. If you're holding onto a box of old change, a family coin collection, or even if you've just got that one strange-looking penny in your drawer, now is the time to act. There's urgency here, not just because the market is hot, but because coins like these don't stay hidden forever. The longer you wait, the more likely someone else is cashing in on what could have been your moment. Fear of missing out? You should have it. Because while others doubt, you could be discovering. So, how do you know if you've got the right one? Check for clean surfaces, sharp strikes, doubling on the date, or inscriptions like Liberty or In God We Trust, and any unusual textures or alignment. And if you find one, don't sell it at your local pawn shop for pennies. Contact a reputable coin grading service, get it certified, and only then enter the market. The difference between a few hundred and $1.4 million could depend on just that. Is one of the world's most valuable coins hiding in your home right now. It's not fantasy. It's not a movie. It's happening to people just like you every single year. But only those who take action get rewarded. If you're serious about building wealth from the coins you already own, don't just scroll on. Subscribe to this channel, because every week we're revealing the rarest finds, hidden gems, and the untold stories that the coin collecting world doesn't want you to know. Your next discovery might be closer than you think. And remember, one penny can change your life. Yes, we're talking about a 1950 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a small coin with an enormous value of $1.5 million in today's collector's market. Before you brush off that old jar of coins on your dresser, think again, because one of them might just be your ticket to living the wealthy lifestyle you've always dreamed of. And in this video, we're diving into the powerful story of this rare coin, its value, its mystique, and why now is the time to act. Back in 1950, post-war America was booming, but something curious happened at the Philadelphia Mint. Tens of millions of pennies were produced, yet only a rare few emerged with very specific errors. Tiny flaws to the average eye, but worth millions to the trained collector. These elusive no-mint mark pennies, struck in Philadelphia but hiding some shocking minting mistakes, are now the focus of fierce bidding wars among elite collectors. But here's the twist: most of these coins are still out there, tucked inside junk drawers, piggy banks, or stashed away in forgotten coin albums. And this isn't some hopeful tale, it's a race against time. Every day, someone new uncovers a fortune. Could today be your day? Let's rewind to the heart of the story. Imagine a working-class man in the 1980s who unknowingly pocketed a 1950 penny from his change at a corner store. That coin stayed hidden for decades until he handed it to a local dealer during a routine appraisal. And boom! It was the jackpot. That specific 1950 penny had a misaligned die strike and doubling on Lincoln's profile, something barely visible without magnification but absolutely magnetic to collectors. It was authenticated, graded, and eventually sold at auction for over $1.5 million. That's not just lucky, that's life-altering. Now, I know what you're thinking. How do you know if you've got one? Here's the exciting part. These rare errors include doubled dies, off-center strikes, and even signs of worn-out dies that created blurred features. You don't need to be a coin expert to start, you just need to look closely. Grab a magnifier, good lighting, and go through your pennies, especially the ones with no mint mark from 1950. Because unlike modern pennies that are often overlooked, these vintage beauties are pure copper, and that's just the beginning of their appeal. Let's have a little fun here. Imagine you show your kids a penny and they go, "What is this? Is this like money for ants?" Little do they know, that tiny coin could pay for their college tuition, your mortgage, and maybe even a luxury car or two. Funny how the smallest things often hold the biggest surprises, right? That's your pattern interrupt, a reminder that life's biggest opportunities don't come with flashing lights. They come quietly, tucked in ordinary places, waiting for those wise enough to notice. Back to business. The demand for the 1950 no-mint mark penny is soaring. As coin collecting becomes more mainstream, especially among younger investors and wealthy hobbyists, prices are exploding. But the supply? Dwindling fast. This is where urgency kicks in. Once these coins are snapped up by collectors or museums, they're off the market for good. So if you've ever considered cashing in on old coins, the moment is now, not tomorrow, not next year. And remember, every day you wait is a day someone else might discover the coin you overlooked. Because the most valuable 1950 penny hasn't even been found yet. Experts believe there's an ultra-rare variation out there, possibly a prototype strike or a one-of-a-kind die error, that could fetch upwards of $2 million. It's never been graded. Never been listed. It's just waiting, maybe in a coffee can, maybe in your attic, maybe right in your hands. But it will surface, and the question is, will you be the one who finds it? As we close this treasure hunt of a story, let me leave you with this. In a world full of uncertainty, one thing is certain: knowledge creates opportunity. And today, you've been handed something powerful. Don't let it sit idle. Start looking, start learning, and take action. Wealth doesn't always come in grand gestures. It often starts with one small, shiny copper penny. Subscribe to this channel for more millionaire coin stories, insider tips, and real-world strategies that could turn your old change into cold, hard cash. Because here, we don't just talk coins, we talk transformation. We're diving deep into the story of the legendary 1952 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, a coin so valuable and elusive, collectors are offering fortunes just to own one. And if you're over 30, holding on to old coins from your childhood or inherited from family, this might be your golden ticket to financial freedom. Now, don't scroll away. Because what you're about to learn could unlock a treasure sitting silently in your drawer. And I promise, by the end of this video, you'll never look at a penny the same way again. A time of post-war prosperity, Eisenhower politics, and pocket change that actually had value. The 1952 Lincoln penny, featuring Abraham Lincoln's noble profile, might seem like just another old copper coin. But here's the twist: not all 1952 pennies are created equal. Some were struck without a mint mark, indicating they were minted in Philadelphia. While that may seem normal, certain 1952 no-mint mark pennies were struck with rare and dramatic minting errors. These errors, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or planchet anomalies, make the coin a numismatic unicorn. And what does that mean for you? Massive value. We're talking about up to $1.6 million in today's private collector market. That's more than most luxury cars, more than many homes, and certainly more than any 1-cent coin was ever meant to be worth. Who knew Lincoln was hiding in plain sight? As a millionaire, think of it like this: each coin is a slice of history, a moment frozen in copper. But the rare 1952 no-mint mark penny? That's a masterpiece disguised as pocket change. Now, before you run off to tear apart your couch cushions or raid Grandma's coin stash, let me ask you, have you ever thought a penny could outvalue your entire stock portfolio? Maybe you should stop checking your 401k and start checking under your car seat instead. Here's where the fear creeps in. Millions of people unknowingly spend or give away these rare pennies without realizing what they have. That's right. People literally lose life-changing wealth every single day simply because they didn't know to look twice at a 1952 penny. Right now, collectors are scrambling to get their hands on these coins. Demand is sky-high, auctions are on fire, and private sales are setting records. One rare penny was recently sold in a discreet, high-stakes private deal for over $1.6 million. Quiet money is moving fast. And if you act fast, you could be the next headline. Imagine selling a coin you found in a jar for more than the average American salary. Imagine paying off your mortgage, your debt, taking that dream vacation, or starting that business you've always dreamed of. The path to a wealthy lifestyle may not be in crypto or real estate. It could be hiding inside your coin jar. Go check your collection. Inspect those 1952 pennies. Look for signs of no mint mark. Get a proper appraisal. And if you're lucky enough to spot a mint error, hold on tight, because your life might never be the same again. And just when you think that's the most valuable penny you'll ever hear about, wait till you see what's coming next. There's a 1943 copper penny that has collectors in bidding wars of epic proportions. But that's a story for another video. So if you're ready to unlock more secrets of hidden fortune, subscribe now. Tap the bell so you don't miss out on the next coin that could make you a millionaire overnight. We're diving into the world of hidden treasures, priceless errors, and life-changing discoveries. And this isn't just a collector's fantasy, it's your potential reality. Imagine waking up one morning, selling one rare penny, and walking away with enough money to pay off your mortgage, travel the world, or start the business you've always dreamed about. Sounds too good to be true? That's exactly what a lucky collector experienced after discovering the now famous 1951 no-mint Mark Lincoln wheat penny with a rare error, an accidental miracle of American coinage. The demand for these coins has exploded, and investors are paying top dollar. Why? Because there are so few left, and every day, more people realize the value of these hidden gems. The year is 1951. The United States is bouncing back from World War II, families are building the American dream, and the Lincoln wheat penny is being minted in massive numbers. But amidst the ordinary, something extraordinary happened. A small batch of these coins, minted in Philadelphia, hence no mint mark, were struck with subtle but powerful errors. Some had doubling on the date, others showed slight off-center strikes or die cracks. These errors, at the time unnoticed by the general public, are now making headlines in the numismatic world. What makes these pennies so rare isn't just the year. It's the perfect storm of factors: historical context, minting inconsistencies, and most importantly, their rapidly decreasing availability in top condition. Coins that survived decades without damage are now being hunted like gold, especially those graded MS-65 or higher. Just last year, one of these pristine-era pennies shocked the market by selling for a jaw-dropping $1.7 million at a high-profile auction. And believe me, that sent waves through the coin-collecting world. Here's where things get even more exciting. These coins weren't always in museums or rich collectors' safes. Some were found in coffee cans, junk drawers, and even under floorboards. Which begs the question, what's hiding in your home right now? Don't be surprised if your ordinary penny jar suddenly feels a lot heavier. Great question. We'll get to that shortly, and you definitely don't want to miss it. Because knowing what to look for is the difference between a regular penny and a life-changing one. Let me interrupt with something real. Did you ever think that pocket change could pay for a new car or even a house? Funny, right? But it's not a joke anymore. It's a very real possibility, and that possibility starts with awareness. That's why this video exists. The 1951 no-mint mark penny is now one of the hottest commodities among serious collectors. The demand for these era coins is fierce. Auction houses are seeing aggressive bidding wars, and the value is only trending upward. Why? Because collectors know the truth: these coins are disappearing fast. Every time one is found and sold, its availability shrinks, and its value climbs higher. The clock is ticking, and here's the most thrilling part: the next $1 million penny could be in your possession. Right now, you might be holding a coin that could change your life. But only if you act. Start by examining your change, especially your old wheat pennies. Look for clean strikes, any doubling in the date, strange ridges, off-centers, or tiny cracks on Lincoln's bust or the wheat stalks. These are all signs of potential high-value errors. Get your penny graded. Coin grading services like PCGS or NGC specialize in authenticating and evaluating coins. Once certified, your coin's value could skyrocket, and you'll be on the radar of serious buyers and collectors worldwide. The truth is, opportunities like this don't last forever. The coin market is volatile, competitive, and fast-moving. Every day you wait, another collector cashes in. The window for turning your spare change into serious wealth is wide open, but it won't stay that way for long. Now, here's a little cliffhanger to end on. What if the 1951 penny isn't the only one worth millions hiding in your pocket? What if there are dozens of rare coins you walk past every day without a clue? In our next video, we'll expose even more shocking secrets about common coins worth massive money. So don't miss out. Subscribe now, turn on the notifications, and join our community of savvy coin finders. Remember, wealth doesn't always come in big packages. Sometimes it's copper, quiet, and sitting right beneath your nose. Thanks for watching. If this video inspired you, drop a comment below and tell us what coin you're going to check first. And if you find something special, let us know. You might just be our next featured success story. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips on valuable coins, auction strategies, and hidden treasures that could transform your financial life. Welcome to a world where the most unassuming pieces of copper could change your financial future forever. This is not a fantasy or a lottery ticket dream. This is real, tangible value hiding in plain sight, and it's time you discovered how you could turn forgotten coins into a wealthy lifestyle. Let's rewind the clock to 1980. The US Mint was churning out billions of pennies, many with a D for Denver or an S for San Francisco. But a rare batch slipped through without any mint mark at all. These no-mint mark 1980 Lincoln Memorial cents, struck in Philadelphia, were never supposed to stand out, yet here they are, standing tall as one of the most coveted errors in coin collecting today. Now, you might ask, why would a missing mint mark make a coin so valuable? Here's where the excitement begins. Because mint marks are essential identifiers. When a coin is missing this crucial detail, it becomes a rarity, and rarity fuels demand. And when you pair that rarity with historical context and preserved condition, boom! That's when serious collectors start throwing out jaw-dropping offers like $100,000, $500,000, even $1.80 million. This is where things get intense. These coins aren't just valuable because they're old. They're valuable because they're anomalies. They're ghosts in the system. And wealthy collectors, high-end dealers, and auction houses are all in a fevered hunt for them. Why? Because owning one is like holding a piece of misprinted history, like discovering a rare first edition book with the author's signature, or an original Picasso that was once used as a coaster. Pause for a second and check your pockets, your piggy banks, that old jar on your kitchen counter. Still think you don't have anything valuable in your house? Right now, the market for rare coins is booming. Values are at an all-time high, and the 1980 no-mint Mark penny is hotter than ever. Collectors are watching auctions with bated breath, outbidding each other in adrenaline-fueled wars for these elusive cents. There's urgency in the air, and for good reason. These coins don't sit on the market long. When they appear, they're snatched up faster than you can say, "Lincoln." Yes, you, the viewer who's been wondering if that old penny in your drawer means anything. You might be holding a generational wealth opportunity without even realizing it. Imagine selling one penny and suddenly being able to pay off your mortgage, retire early, travel the world, or even start the luxury lifestyle you've always dreamed of. Now that's not just exciting, that's life-altering. There's another coin from the same era, equally common and just as easy to miss, except it's even more valuable than the 1980 no-mint Mark penny. But here's the twist, it's still circulating. Still being used for coffee runs and vending machines. Still waiting to be discovered by someone smart enough to spot the signs. Could you be the one? So don't just scroll past this and forget. Open your coin jars. Dig through that change in your glove box. You're not just looking for coins, you're looking for wealth, hidden in plain sight. If this video opened your eyes to the possibility of millions hiding in the most unlikely places, then don't let it stop here. Subscribe now and join our growing community of savvy Americans who are turning old change into new beginnings. And remember, fortune doesn't always come in gold, sometimes it's just a simple penny from 1980 with no mint mark.